This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to April 2023 Floorset. It's Danny Vino and
Katie Wide. We're going to do this together today for the first time in a long time, so we're excited. We're going to walk you through this April floor set and give you some tips and some background information. Hopefully it's helpful. All right. Okay, so here's our need to know page. As you will see in this document, the entry is a focus on key looks of the season. So tees, utility bottoms, and denim jackets. One of the reasons that we're doing this is unit drivers. I'm sure everyone's heard about this on your calls. One of the big focuses right now is to drive units. So if she's buying a pair of denim, if she's buying a utility bottom, adding on that tee, adding on that denim jacket. So that is the focus of our entry. Simple key items, unit drivers will be at the front of the store. Neutral, and that's okay. So we're going to have a calm, neutral moment as you walk into the store, and then we have so much color. Don't worry, it's here. And then if you have two collections in the front of your store, we are going to have you bring up Love Potion, that pink collection. So if you already have that Love Potion pink collection at the front of your store, great, keep it there. And Ocean Breeze will be your main collection. So front collection, number one collection, Ocean Breeze, a little more neutral, a little less color. And then your second collection will be Love Potion.
And just for clarification, just so everybody's clear, this is if you have two collections in the front of the store. If your store is able to do all three collections in sequential order in your store, you should follow that protocol.
Yep. Okay. The collections stayed the same names, a couple of changes. So we are moving orange and red into Love Potion. So your Spring Fling is going to be focused on yellow, green, and blue. So more of those cool tones, and then your Love Potion will be more of those warm tones. So we'll go through that a little more in detail. All right, so this is your store if you have one collection across the front of your store. So this is our Ocean Breeze across the front of the store. Our entry. So you can see table setup is very similar to last month. Our perfect white tees are laid down here, just a diagram of this table. In this store, we did not have a simple rack at the entry, but most stores will need that additional rack at entry. So you can see that note here, add a rack if you need to. That will also be, some of your basic, more neutral pieces, really easy grab and goes should be there.
Lean into what's already on the front table.
Yep. Okay, here just calling out that this Daria pant will be laid down here so we get that pop of green. And then the outfits, really simple. We're going to show utility pants in two colors. One's wearing a jacket, one's not. Layer it with a necklace, keeping it really clean. We have a marketing sign here. Ignore that. We are not setting marketing. So
Edit out.
Edit it out. So we did not know that at the time. So we will not be setting marketing for this floor set.
And we know that stores are selling through the sanctuary pant that's called for here, but we did get word that we are going to be getting restocked. So if you do sell through, let's pick another utility bottom. I know there's a really great Ever Eve one that's in right now that comes in black and tan. That's a great sub.
Awesome.
And Ocean Breeze. This is wall one. You'll see here the colors are more of the corals and light pinkish color. And you'll notice, again, we're featuring denim. So the denim skirt is on the face out, which is a catalog look, and on the racks in front with the denim forward facing. You'll see, I know a lot of us have been talking about this on director calls. We need to be utilizing our wall space to the max. So on the right side, we've expanded where we used to have a 2-foot double hang. Now we have a 3-foot. Same thing on the left side. We normally had a face out. Now we have a 2-foot double hang. We should be denim hooking a lot in the store, folding things down where we can, just to fit the capacity that we need to for our current product levels.
Yeah, and something to keep in mind, as you're walking in is what are you seeing when you're walking in? So making sure that your upper side hangs are just as calm as you can keep them. So for instance, having an item program, having a tank program or a tea program, something that's really going to calm down that double hang is going to be important throughout the store.
And think about your sight line in terms of color story too, what you're actually seeing on that back wall, making sure that it's reflective from what's in front. And these are the two racks floating in front. And we edited out the pant that's in this back rack. So you won't be able to actually even fit that anyway.
Yeah.
um,
But if you do have an additional soft pant, so that was where the Rebel pant was before we reset the entry. So you can put an additional soft pant there if you have it.
and then this is wall two, more of like the terracottas, creams, some whites.
A little more rusty.
Yeah.
So this moment, again, we expanded these double hangs, and you can see here, these are samples, but this is a tank program, so 3 colors of something. That's really going to keep this nice and calm because it is such a big double hang here.
And you'll see throughout the document, and pay close attention. If we have like a jacket hanging or if we have a blouse hanging, you might see a similar blouse behind it or another jacket behind it. Keeping like silhouettes together is going to clean up your whole presentation.
Yep. A lot of denim hooking, as Danny said, so as much as you can do, it's really going to help maximize that capacity on your floor. Dress moments.
Yes, I was just going to say that.
Yeah, so
Love
we
it.
do in every collection, we're trying to do smaller dress moments. Love this one, especially because the sleeve detail feels really similar. So it is almost like a like silhouette where it keeps it calm, but your dresses are together. So making sure that she knows how many dresses we have and the variety that we have is going to be important this month.
And also note all the little thumbtacks that Bailey isolated out.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to help with our accessories and our folding. We all always say this, like, don't leave the accessories for last. This should happen throughout your process of installing.
All right, the fixtures in front. So you can see those here, more of that rust color. Love Potion. Okay, so this is, you're going to see a little bit of a change with Love Potion. Obviously, it's now with denim, and we love that. I think it just kind of calms down how bright this collection is to keep it with denim. Again, if you have 2 collections at the front, the pinks will come to the front, and Spring Fling potentially could be in your denim shop. So this won't always be in a denim shop, but for a lot of stores it will be. One thing to think about when you're setting a denim shop, we want it to feel denim forward. So we say that every month, and then you might see some dresses faced out. This month, we are not facing out dresses in the denim shop. So we are doing tops and denim. If you have a really long wall and you need to do a face out dress like all the way in the corner, great, but around the feature and in the feature should always be denim and tops for this month. And then you can see a lot of faced out denim on the front of racks as well. Something we've talked a lot about, and let me just see if we have, yep, I'll go back to this picture, is color blocking. And in this collection in particular, it's really important the way we color blocked this. So you will see that pinks are around the table. They're also in the wall. Little different shade of pink, in each section of the wall. But when you walk in, you are seeing pink on the table into the wall. That's going to calm your eye instead of doing some different color around the table and then a different color in the wall in this collection. We really want it to be floor to wall merchandising and what she sees as she walks in. So we pulled our orange a little bit off to the side and we're doing tonal pink from the table to the walls. So I'll show you that in more detail. So you can see this wall, this kind of darker pinkish purple lives over here. More of your bubblegum, like brighter pink is on the left, but this is a wall of all kind of pink neutrals and denim. Our wing walls, so wing wall 2 and 3, lavender and purple is 1. This is a double hang 4 foot. So this is the back facing wing wall, not facing the front of the store, leaning a little bit more into silhouetting. So we've talked a lot about this, keeping your shorts together, keeping your tanks together, going from kind of short sleeve to long sleeve. It cleans it up a little bit instead of trying to break up that side hang with tanks, then a short, long sleeve, then a short, all the things. So keeping that really calm. And then your light pink is another ancillary color, small wing wall. And
I think this is also a great spot where if you don't have these wing walls, these are great fixture blocks. So they can be floating fixture blocks throughout the store if you don't have the wall capacity for this.
definitely. And then around the table, so you can see we're folding down the Perfect White Tee tanks here. This can also be the Ever Eve muscle tank if you want to pull these up to the entry table. So using the Perfect White Tee as the entry jump off point for that grab and go product, that's great. If you need to use these, that's fine. Just having some type of tank or tee laid down with denim is a focus for this month. Fixtures around the table, so you'll see that feels really good against that pink wall, really cohesive.
And you'll notice on that rack too, or on both of these racks, we have it outfitted by how you're going to wear it. So like one's a little bit more elevated, one's a little bit more casual.
Yeah, so end use as much as you can. I think, as we have more products, sometimes end use gets harder, right? So just do the best that you can with this, trying to separate end uses. And like we've said before, if you have less product, you can break your end use by putting a denim in the middle. So doing the left side of the rack a little more dressy, breaking it with a denim, and then doing the right side of the rack a little more casual. All right.
Creamsicle.
Creamsicle.
So again, like we were just talking about, the right rack is more casual. The left rack is more dressy or elevated, whatever you'd like to call it.
Yep.
And again, because we're leading into the denim shop, on one of the racks, we are leading with a denim and it's still outfitted. So we have the top with the bottom, and you're going to see that going up into the wall. You're not seeing the orange creamsicle going into the wall. That's why we chose the white top to lead.
Yeah, so, as she's journeying through the store, she's going to see that orange as she takes that turn, but it's not the first thing that she sees. And that's really important, even in the way that your fixtures lay out in the store. So making sure that they're not turned sideways so you see all the orange into the wall. Just kind of step back and walk into the shop and see, what do you see, or what will the customer see first, and what will she see second, and what will she see third. That's always a rule of thumb that we use, is walk the shop, see how it feels as a customer would. And this shop, because of all the color and because it's all bright, it's really important to make sure that it's not overwhelming. Okay, so this is another fixture block adjacent to Love Potion, and this is our red fixture block. We did a little diagram here. Not everybody will be able to do this fixture block, but it's kind of hard to tell how this is laid out. But there are 3 racks here with a little etagere in the corner. And then we have an additional little table that we can use. Lots of stores will not be able to do this, but just showing you kind of what we did here.
And if you can't do that, what we did on that table is we just isolated out one style of the Ever Eve denim. So just make sure wherever you're putting your denim, and I think this also goes for anywhere in the store, keep like styles together. When we're styling our customers, it's very easy then to say, hey, these are the same 3 styles in 3 different colors. It'll clean up your shop and it's going to make it easier for your stylist. And then same thing with the rack on the right. So we have 2 denim jackets, and then we have 2 shirting, or that's 3 shirting. But again, getting like silhouettes together, look how clean that rack is, even though you have 5 different styles, 6 different styles on there. So just keep that in mind. And then also look at shades. So we have more of the tomato-y on the right and more of the orange on the left. If you're not sure how it's working or it's feeling crazy in your store, rack the color on a working rack, separate the colors, and then place it.
Awesome. Same thing here. So this is that rack in the back, and same thing, like this shade of reddish orange is just a little bit different. And then this palm print dress here, instead of putting that in another shop, in Spring Fling, pulling that out into red, this is actually the only true print we have in this shop, and it really calms it down with all these solids. And then shoes. So we are pulling shoes In this store to an etagere, this could be in a wall, it might be in a shoe moment, but leaning into color, like showing the really fun color we have in slides and sandals. And you can see we're kind of going from warm to cool here as we were merchandising, and then merchandising a few in a different direction, and really focusing on slides. So your slides are on the top, and then you're kind of moving down into some of your heeled shoes.
And notice there's not like a ton of props in there. It's let the
Yep.
shoes be the hero.
Yep. We've got some risers, use some books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, tennis. So this is the tennis athletic capsule, and you'll notice in most stores that this is going to look very different because 3 or 4 of these items have all gone to sale. So just keep in mind color and end use when you're creating these racks, because we know that that right of plant rack is going to look very different.
Okay, Spring Fling. So this shop we're really excited about. I think pulling that orange and red out really calms the shop down, makes it feel just cleaner, brighter, and I love this just due to the emerald green being a really big color for the season, highlighting that, and then yellow and blue make green, so they feel like they all go together. So this feels really, really good as a shop. Here we are focused on that green in your wall. So color blocking as much as we can in the wall, and you'll see really, again, leaning into the tones of color. So when you look at yellow, thinking of what's your electric yellow versus what's your pale pastel yellow, and then what's your true yellow. And if you can break that up on, like Danny said, a working rack, and really pull out, okay, what do I have here? How can I outfit that? And then place it on a rack. It's going to show you how much of each piece you have. So in the wall, kind of the same thing. We've got really emerald green, and then we go into almost this turquoise color green over here. So same thing, just leaning into those shades of green. And then this beautiful dress being a face out that pulls all those colors together with that yellow and the blue. And then your wing wall is more of your blue. This top here has a little bit of that mustard in it, so it makes this mustard sweatshirt make sense. This is the only kind of yellow piece that you have in here, but it makes sense with that top. So using a bridge print again to make some of the product make a little more sense. Here we've got, so on this table in this store, we're doing standout slides as the sign that will be placed here. And we're just pulling out the Sorel slides. It can be any slide, so it doesn't have to be the Sorels, but we've decided to pull those out on this table. If you have a shoe salon where you have a table in front of a big shoe wall, that table will be your standout slide moment. So that sign will go on that table. If you have just a wall presentation, make one row of your shoes slides specific and do standout slides. Doesn't mean that you only have one row, that you could have 2 or 3 rows, but make sure one of those rows has that standout slide sign with the slides. Slides are going to be the most important for us right now, and that needs to be the most focal. So I would say eye level. Think of it as you're going and laying this out at eye level.
How would you suggest people do it if they only have etagères?
If they only have etagères, I would really try to pull it out to one of the tables that you have in the store. If you only have etagères, period, and don't have tables, I think you do one shelf of the etagere that has 2 slides and that sign, and try to work it that way. Hopefully you have a little more space than that for shoes, but if you don't, that's what I would suggest.
And athleisure. So this is Viore, Varley, and Sweaty Betty. So you'll notice if you're a store that has the new etagères, we are maxing it out. So on the bottom, we have the shorts hanging 2 different directions to keep kind of the flow around the fixture block going. And then on the top, we have the Viore tanks with the skirt. Again, featuring the sneakers. And I've seen a lot in stores where we're just like jamming the floor with the socks. Think about paring back your socks and displaying 1 or 2. We don't need to be displaying like 5, because then we have socks everywhere. So be strategic. And I know everyone has a really great replen strategy. So just
Yes.
make sure that that's part of your replen is restocking your soft accessories like socks.
All right, another rack, so Sweaty Betty. So if you can keep Sweaty Betty together, great. Yes, there are a lot of colors of Sweaty Betty. That's okay. It's one fixture and it's really just speaking to the brand. All right, so we have some examples here of a denim bar. So just wanting to show you kind of what a denim bar can look like with folded down tees and shorts and an accessory. So doing something a little different on a denim bar if you have that table instead of the table that we showed in the document. Again, the denim feature wall. So this is just an example of a cubic denim feature wall here. And then the wood wall example. So very similar, the hardware is just different. And then just a page of accessories, some inspiration for kind of how to lay out some accessories, bags, sunglasses, shoes, belts. All right, that's it, you guys. Thank you so much.
Yay! Good luck.
Good luck, everybody. We'll see you soon.